Hello everyone, JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Just a very quick video this during the international break with just some stuff that's been happening involving some Manchester City players, or at least one in particular, that I just wanted to address and basically do a video on. Really didn't want to do this type of video because these things still exist, but they still do, so thought I'd do a video on that. So, yeah, pretty much, I don't want to plug myself really on this one because it's just one of them videos really. If you're not aware, England were playing away from home in Bulgaria, obviously playing Bulgaria in Sofia. Bit of context to the game: England before the game looks like we're sailing through to qualification for the European Championships 2020, so being English, that's absolutely fantastic news. England lost in Prague last week against the Czech Republic. Disappointing game really, losing 2-1 after going ahead. A disappointing performance all round, so England looking for a response. So they went into this game under a little bit of pressure against Bulgaria, who haven't done too well, let's say, for their European Championship qualification. Went into the game, England looking for a response. In terms of a result, winning 6-0, absolutely fantastic response in the conditions and the way things are happening. So it's obviously a lot warmer in Bulgaria than what it is in England right now, so they're having to adapt to that. Under pressure, defeat, first time in a qualifier for 10 years, going into the game to respond, absolutely fantastic, just what we're looking for. The stadium, part of it was closed off. I mean, albeit there weren't too much demand for the game, obviously from the locals, but part of the stadium was closed off due to some stuff that's happened in previous games from Bulgaria fans, so it was closed off. That was due to racism. And we went into this game and racist things were happening again, which is extremely disappointing and backwards, and unfortunately this was aimed at a lot of the, well, a fair few of the England players, one of which includes Manchester City's Raheem Sterling, one of the biggest stand-ups against racism in football. It's 2019. Why am I having to talk about racism in 2019? It's completely beyond me. The fact that it still exists, completely beyond me. Yeah. Basically, point of this video, I'm looking for Manchester City to do not more against racism, but to do more to support Manchester City players that are targeted from racial abuse. It's not the first time we've had racial abuse for Manchester City players. We've had it before. City have been a victim of it, if you remember, back in Russia a few years ago when we was playing Moscow and the whole ground was shut off, and fans had already booked from the City end to go to Russia and go and play Moscow. Nothing was done by UEFA. There was fans from Moscow that managed to get into the game that weren't City fans, so obviously under a closed game, closed gate, so to say, wasn't the case. Yeah, pretty much we want UEFA to be doing more. England's been charged, Bulgaria's been charged for the thing that's happened yesterday. The fallout from the game, everyone's feeling very supportive of the players that were targeted yesterday in the racist abuse, which is absolutely fantastic to see. So I'm talking players like Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford and more. Obviously there's players that were targeted. You know, it's just a disgusting thing really to see. And the point of this video was I was looking for Manchester City to put out more support for these players. So I think that the way that the England players dealt with the situation yesterday was fantastic. I thought that the way that the players since then on social media and things, everything's in your face these days, how they've handled themselves again has been absolutely fantastic. And what I would like to see, City playing Crystal Palace, I'd love to see the away following. I'm sure they will give Raheem Sterling a fantastic round of applause and show their appreciation for just what he is standing up for and how much effort he is putting in, because he's going his extra mile to stand up to racism, and his conduct has been nothing but fantastic. And I'd like to see our match against Atalanta. No offence to Italian fans, but they don't exactly cover themselves in glory when it comes to racism. I'd like to see City standing up to racism and again show the appreciation of how far we've come for racism and how far we've come as a club and how much support we've got, not just for Raheem Sterling but any player that's been targeted for racial abuse that is a Manchester City fan, Manchester City player, Manchester City staff, anyone involved in Manchester City, be able to use that game to be able to show our support, because I certainly would love to be able to show my support for everything that they're standing up for, because the fact I'm having to make a video on this, it's disgusting. The fact that I was watching it, a lot of people were watching it yesterday on television. I'm glad ITV, by the way, deserves great coverage by them. I'm very critical of how they deal with things and handle things when it comes to football, because, you know, not excellent, but the way that they didn't hide from the fact that racial abuse was happening, they showed these people on national television for everyone to see, so we all know what they look like and who they are, and we all know the comments that the Bulgarian FA have made, and people have resigned over it and stuff. We all know what's being said. We could all see it with our own eyes, and I'm glad they didn't try and mention the highlights of the game or anything, but they're straight on with the topic, which was the racism that was happening in the game, and trying to address it. So I feel like comfortably for the first time that we've actually, in terms of football, made a step in the right direction when it comes to clamping down on racism. I'd like to see UEFA doing a lot more. Manchester City, I'd like to see them continuing to show support, and see us fans being able to show our support for all the players that are targeted for these disgusting acts, because it's, watching the game, it's just really uncomfortable. We won 6-0. Yeah, I feel passionately angry and passionately annoyed for everyone that's been targeted. So yeah, I want to see more be done, really, and I think that the England players that were targeted, the way the England players reacted and all the staff and everything, I thought was just super. We're just looking for that little bit more, really. So yeah, that's what's happening. It's not something we want to see. It's something that happens much too often. It's 2019 now. We want things to go in the right direction, and so I think everyone could do that little bit more. So yeah, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again soon for the very next video, which will be the international break over, so we'll have the preview for that Crystal Palace game, then on with the normal regular football content. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all again soon. So it's been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.